Hi, this is Mrs. Allen, and in this video we are going to be making predictions using the regression model. So first let's look at our problem. The data reports SAT scores and GPA at graduation. It has been said that you can predict a student's GPA on his or her SAT score. So here we have some SAT scores and their GPA at graduation. First, which variable is the independent variable and which variable is the dependent variable? Well, the independent variable is the SAT scores, and they use the SAT score to predict the GPA, so the GPA depends on the SAT, so that is the dependent variable. So first let's make a scatter plot. So we are going to make our X and Y axis, and the SAT goes on the bottom and the GPA goes on the top left. Okay, so then we're going to put in our first piece of information. The first SAT score was 990, so we're going to start right here and go up. And the GPA from the 990 SAT score was 2.11, so we're going to go about right here and go over. And these are going to meet right here, and we are going to put a data point there for that person's SAT score and their GPA. So let's go ahead and put all of the SAT and GPA scores on there, and it would look something like this. And then let's put a line that goes right through all those points, kind of right in the middle. It might look something like this. Okay, so now that we have that line, we can predict GPAs if we have a certain SAT score. So here we have an SAT score of 800, so we want to predict what GPA that student would probably have. So if we go to 800 and go up and over, so it would be about maybe 2.1. Okay, so here's another problem. How about you try this one on your own? Pause the video, and after you have your answer, restart the video and check your answer. Okay, so if we go to the SAT score of 1050, about right here, and the GPA, we would go up and over, would be about 3.2, so it would be somewhere in this region. Okay, so using this way, this is one way to make predictions. Another way is to use our model. So the equation is y equals a plus bx. And we're going to get our a and b from our calculator. So let's go to our calculator. Okay, so we are first going to put in our list. So we're going to push stat and 1 for edit, enter. And we're going to put in the SAT scores for list 1 right here, and then we're going to put in the GPA scores for list 2. Okay, once we have those the list in, we can go to stat again and over to test and down to F, the linear regression t-test, and I'm going to push enter. Okay, so we want list 1 for X. Okay, so we want list 1 for X and list 2 for Y. And then we're going to go down to calculate and press enter. Okay, so here's our equation y equals a plus bx. Our a is right here and our b is right here. Okay, so let's plug this into our equation, plugging in our a and b. So now the x stands for the SAT scores, and then our y stands for our GPA. So let's plug in 800 again for our x, our SAT score, and if we calculate this, our GPA is about 2.62. So let's try another one. Okay, how about you try this one on your own, pause the video, and after you have your answer, restart the video and check your answer. Okay, so here we have an SAT score of 1050. So if we solve that, it would be about 3.2, their GPA. Okay, so we have one more way of predicting, and it's on the calculator. So we already have our list information in. So what we're going to do now is go to second and then stat plot. And we want to make sure that this plot is turned on. So we are going to press enter and go over to the on and then down. Make sure this is list 1 and list 2 and then whatever you want to put here. And then we're going to push zoom 9. And our plot would look something like this. Okay, so then if we wanted to put in a value to predict, we would push second, trace, and we want the number 1 for value, so just push enter. And let's start with the 800 again. So I'm going to put in a value of 800 and push enter. And it gives me 2.6, a GPA of 2.6. Okay, so I'm going to let you pause the video and try the other one on your own. Put in the 1050 and see what you get, and then restart your video and check your answers. Okay, so if I wanted to put in another value, I could just, again, second, trace, and value. And this time I want to do 1050 and enter. And I would get about 3.2 for the GPA. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you a little bit more make predictions in 3 different ways. Thanks.